Yes, so we are going to start our third unit, ma. This unit is also very easy. Okay, అసలు CC అంటేనే ఈజీగా ఉంటుందమ్మా. Don't leave any topic. You can write by your own also, right? Are you people are able to hear me? Don't worry about your mid marks, ma. I will be giving the good marks. ఎవరైతే రాయను వాళ్ళకైతే జీరో, ఆల్మోస్ట్ జీరోనే వాళ్ళకైతే. నేనైతే ఏం చేయలేను, నేనైతే రాసి నేనైతే పెట్టుకోలేను కదా పేపర్స్, right? So whoever has been written, most probably most of the students got good marks, ma. I am happy with that. Whatever I have given the examples, these all you people have written very well, really, right? So we'll go for the unit 3. And okay, unit 3, this is our unit 3, that is nothing but cloud computing architecture and management, right? So in unit 1 what we have seen, ma? Computing paradigms, right? Unit 2 what we have seen about all the cloud computing, right? Cloud computing fundamentals we have seen, right? Unit 1 we have covered different paradigms. Okay, before cloud computing into the picture, what was the conventional computing and what was the non-conventional computing, how they are providing the services to the users. Okay, which paradigm is good. Okay, these all things we have discussed in unit 1. And in unit 2 we have discussed about like a basic fundamentals of the cloud computing. What is cloud computing? Cloud computing will providing a services or platforms. Okay, what are their applications? These all things we have discussed in unit 2, right? But coming to this unit 3, here we are going to discuss about the cloud computing architecture and management, right? Architecture and management we are going to discuss. Means here, here what we are discussing, like inside the cloud, how many layers will be there. Okay, how many layers will be there, and how the connectivity will be there in the cloud with the help of networks. Okay, what are the different applications on the cloud, and how these service providers are managing the cloud infrastructures. Okay, this managing this cloud infrastructure is very typical task, ma. Why? Because n number of users are connecting to the cloud and utilizing the services, right? So in time, if they are getting that services, means because of this managing the cloud infrastructures by the service providers, if they are perfect and if they are everything is okay, then only we can provide that services to the users, right? And migrating the applications to the cloud, means here if we have developed one application, okay, in Java platform or in any platform, right? So simply I want to migrate into the another platform. Okay, so before migrating, what will be the steps, right? And whenever we are pushing our data from one cloud, from one platform to the another platform, what are the different phases and what are the approaches they will be following? These all things we are going to discuss in our third unit, right? So mainly here we are talking about our architecture and management, how they are managing, how they are maintaining the cloud, and how the network connectivity is given in the cloud computing whenever the users are connecting to the clouds, either by a mobiles or either by a thin clients or a thick clients, right? So this is the overview of our unit 3, ma, right? So unit 3, next, the first topic in this we are discussing about cloud architecture, ma. So you people are able to see my screen, I think so. Yes, are you able to see my screen, ma? Can you reply yes or no at least? Are you able to see my screen? Okay, ma, fine. So here The first topic we are discussing about the cloud architecture layer, right? So this is our architecture layer, ma. Okay, how the cloud architecture will be there. First of all, this cloud architecture is classified into four types, right? So first of all, what is this architecture? First of all, cloud meaning, you know, it is a network or a internet, okay, where all the users are going to be connecting and utilizing the services, right? Where all the users are going to be connecting and utilizing. Okay. Uh, so here, so what is this architecture, ma? First of all, cloud architecture, we are talking about this cloud architecture. So here any technological models, okay, whatever the technological models are there, for that all models it will consist, means they consist some architecture. Each and every model will be having some architecture, right? So how to function and how it is working, okay, who will be maintaining, how the things are sorted and arranged, okay, these all things will be there. Okay, so any technological model consists of this architecture. Like cloud functioning depends on the internet, okay, cloud functionings all will be depend on the internet. Without internet we cannot access to the cloud services, ma'am, right? So here this cloud architecture is classified into four layers. Okay, cloud architecture is classified into the four layers. The first layer is user and client layer. Okay, this layer is belongs to us. Okay, how we are accessing through our mobile, laptops, or with any devices we are accessing. Just we need internet connections to connect to that cloud services, right? So the first layer is client and user or client layer, we can say, and the second layer is network layer, third layer is cloud management layer, and fourth layer is hardware resource layer. Okay, this question is very important, ma. In exam they will be asking you briefly explain the cloud architecture layer with a neat sketch. Okay, you have to explain each and every layer. Okay, we'll see. So first layer, what is this first layer? User or client layer, right? So first of all, what we can say that layer 1, it is the lowest layer in the cloud architecture, ma. Okay, it is the lowest layer in the cloud architecture, and this layer totally belongs to whom? User and the client's layer, right? So user will initiating the connections to the cloud. Okay, user will initiating the connections to the cloud with any devices. The client can use any device, either by a desktop, either by a mobile, either by a laptop, either by anything. Okay, so that devices will be some types, ma. What are the types? One is the thin client. Okay, one is the thin client, and second is the thick client. Thick client are nothing but independent, ma. Thick client are independent. Either user can access with mobile, either user can access with handheld devices, right? So user can access with any devices. So first layer, even this layer belongs to whom? Client or the user layer, ma, right? So for example, in layer we people are using Gmails, right? Gmails, everyone nowadays, everyone are accessing the Gmail to storing the data or forwarding the data, sending information from one client to the another client, right? So this Gmail is running in your system, ma? No, right? It is in cloud, right? Is running in the cloud, not in our system, right? It is running in our system, in cloud, not in our system, right? Just we are connecting with the help of internet to the cloud, and we are utilizing the services. Now after connecting to the Gmail, do you know where this application is running? Okay, do you know where this application is running, where it is stored, in which cloud it is stored? yes, in which cloud it is stored, in which location this application is stored, and where our data is stored. Do you know these all things? No, no one don't know, okay, where it is stored and who is maintaining and who is checking this all. Simply the application is running into the cloud and we are connecting with the different devices, and we are utilizing the services. Okay, so I'm clear here, layer 1. In this layer 1, next, SLA is not applicable. Okay, SLA is not applicable, will not affect. Why? Because you are sitting at some place and accessing to the cloud. Just you need the internet connections. Here, SLA will won't come into the picture. Okay, in this layer 1, listen carefully my points, ma. Okay, from this also you will be getting the bits. Okay, so that is the example for that, right? Clear? Layer 1, first of all, layer 1 is the bottom layer of the cloud computing, right? Bottom layer of the cloud computing, and this layer is totally belongs to whom? A user and the clients, right? And user will be connecting with the help of internet to the cloud, right? User will be initiating all the connections first, and they will be connecting with the help of internet to the cloud services, right? And user can access with any devices. Okay, that devices may be, okay, thick client, thin client, okay, handheld systems means like wireless mobiles, ma. Okay, handheld system, handheld and mobiles. Okay, with these devices they can access. Okay, they can access, right? So that is the fourth point, and you have to give the example. Okay, Gmail, take the example. Gmail is one of the application. It will be running in the cloud and it is not stored in our desktop or in our system. We are connecting to the cloud and utilizing the Gmail application, right? So exactly we don't know where it is running, okay, where it is stored. Okay, we don't know about these all things, right? We don't know about these all things. Simply we are connecting with the help of internet and utilizing the services, right? So that is the layer 1. Clear, ma? Layer 1, layer 1 is clear. So these all points you have to mention in this layer 1. Any doubts in layer 1? Right, layer 1, any doubts? Vintunnara andaru? I need answers from you, please, ma. Please don't keep your mobiles aside or your systems aside. Please listen carefully. Okay, listen carefully. Yes, listen carefully so that you can write by your own, point by point. నేను ఇప్పుడు ఏం చెప్పినాను అవన్నీ రాయండి మీరు. నో ప్రాబ్లం. ఓకే, ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ బట్టి కొట్టి టెక్స్ట్ బుక్లో ఉన్నట్టు రాయాలనేది ఏం లేదు. Okay, whatever the points you have understand, that all points you put in this layer 1. First of all, you can give the point that it is a bottom layer of the cloud computing, right? This layer belongs to the user or the clients, right? User or the clients. Here the applications are storing into the cloud, just we are connecting to the cloud and utilizing the Gmail services, right? Exactly, we don't know where it is stored, and user can access with any devices. You mention that devices names. Okay, some 6-7 points you will be getting here. Next, after that, second layer. Okay, second layer, network layer is important, ma. Okay, network layer, with the help of this network only we are going to be connecting to the clouds and utilizing the services. First client, what he will be doing, he will be connecting to the internet and opening his laptop or a system and connecting with the web browsers. Okay, giving some Gmail or Facebook, anything. Okay, opening. After giving this, next what should be happen, ma? Itla icheste open అయిపోతుందా? Next, network layer will be taking this application and it will be providing the connections to that, right? So first of all, network layer. Network layers means all users. First point in this network layer, here all users to connect, all users will be connecting to the cloud here in this network layer, right? And cloud infrastructures will be depending on this total network connections, right? So whatever the internets we people are utilizing, right? Whatever the public cloud services we are utilizing, where it is located, where it is stored, who is accessing, we don't know, right? All over the world is accessing to that cloud services and utilizing the services, right? So in this layer, simply we are what we are doing, connecting to the clouds, okay, or the remote servers. We can say connecting to the clouds or the remote servers, right? So you are connecting your Gmail or Facebooks, okay, or any internet banking from your mobile from this layer one. After that, you need internet connections, okay. So without that network, you can't connect to the particular clouds, right? So in this layer also, no need of SLAs, okay, no need of SLA, just connection establishment will be done in this layer, right? SLA will be not considered in this layer 2 also, okay. In layer 1 also there is no SLA, right? In layer 2 also there will be a no SLA, means they won't depend on the SLAs. There will be a no terms and conditions. Just in layer 1, user will initiating the connection. After that, it will be connecting to the particular network and providing the services, right? So for example, you people are accessing like any data, okay, my Amazon data, okay, from your mobile phone, from your layer 1, okay, accessing, you are opening some Amazon website or anything, right, from your mobiles. After that, what you will be doing, my layer 2, it will be connecting that to the particular cloud and providing the services, right? So that will be happening in the network layer. So here, whenever you people, why I am saying that here no SLS will be preferred in this means, for example, you people are using Wi-Fi, okay, Wi-Fi's or any free of connections, okay. Whenever you visit to any railway stations or any public places, if you find, okay, if you on your Wi-Fi, you will be finding some free Wi-Fi connections. What you will be doing, immediately when you are out of station in railway stations, you will be connecting to that railway station's Wi-Fi and utilizing the internet connections, right? So it is not secure, right? It is not secure. So, and you have started opening something and downloaded something, right? So never do these all things, okay. Free Wi-Fi dorkutundani ala use cheyakandi, okay. Why? Because it is not at all secure, right? So here, if anything is happened here, in this case, here service provider is not responsible for that, first, means complaint to the service provider is not responsible for that. You has to utilize free services, whatever the in this case, service provider is not responsible, right? You have utilized the free services, that you have done your mistake, right? If anything happened to your information or anything, okay, they will be not providing that much security for that all things, right? So in this layer 2, simply what we are doing, we are connecting to the particular networks and utilizing the services now, right? So in public cloud, simply what we doing now, accessing to the Gmails, we don't know exactly where it is stored, and everyone from all over India, all the public is going to be accessing to the services. But coming to the private cloud here, how the connectivity will be there now? Connectivity will be provided by some LAN networks, okay. They are using some LAN networks. In this case, cloud depends on the networks, right? In this case, cloud depend on the networks, and private or public cloud both need some minimum bandwidth, okay, decided, but this bandwidth will be decided by whom? Service providers will be deciding the bandwidth. Means whenever you are hosting your cricket website into the cloud, okay, if users are increasing, here service providers also have to increase the resources. If users are decreasing, service providers also will be decreasing, okay, and they have to provide the network bandwidth according to that increase and the decrease, right? So in this layer 2, SLA will not affect, okay. SLA does not comes under this layer, right? Just here internet connections and quality of services, okay, they won't take care about that, right? just you have to initiate the connections, you have to connect for that. Okay, quality of service, everything will be depend upon that bandwidth, right? So that is the layer 2 ma. Next layer 2 is clear ma. Layer 2 is just initiating the network connections for the users. They are going to be connecting through some LAN WANs. Okay, if the private public users are there, means they are connecting with the LAN. Okay, at that time it will be depend upon these network layers, and if they need the more bandwidth, they need this network layers, right? So that is the layer 2. And next, coming to this layer 3 cloud management layer. This is very important layer, and it is a headache layer, we can say simply. Means here everything have to manage and control by whom? Service provider. If they done good job here, means simply the services, whatever the services are receiving to the users, they will be happy, right? If there are any problems or anything happen to that, means unable to provide the services, means why user will be utilizing the cloud services? He will be switching to some other services, right? So now in layer 3 SLA will comes. Okay, why? Because SLA will comes. Why I'm saying in layer 1 SLA does not affect, in layer 2 also SLA does not affect, right? But coming to this third layer, cloud management layer, here this layer is managed and controlled by whom? Service provider. SLA can be done between whom? Service provider and the users. It can be done. Okay, it can be done. Yeah, the agreement can be done between the service providers and the users. So in this third layer, SLA will be affecting, right? So for example, my cloud management layer, how they are managing? For example, Gmail everyone are using. Okay, it will be providing some 15 GB, right? 15 GB. Will this service provider will be fixing this 15 GB for fixed for you ma in the cloud? ఈ క్లౌడ్లో 15 GB నీకు మాత్రమే సొంతమా? Means they are fixing that space? No ma here. Why? Because they are not fixing. Whenever you are storing, according to that they will be providing. If they fix 15 GB for the every users, means there will be a space will be not there, right? So according to the usage, they will be increasing the space and providing that space, but 15 GB they will be providing, right? So you will be getting this 15 GB free of cost, right? And it is not fixed, okay? And it is not fixed. According to the usage, they will be providing, right? Only you will get message, you will be having some 15 GB, right? So if you have a hard disk of 1 TB, so along with that, I will share to multiple clients. Okay, I will share this 1 TB. I will share with multiple clients. I will be sharing all the hardwares and softwares. Okay, hardwares and softwares with multiple clients, right? So others data will be also storing in that, right? Exactly, I don't know where it is. Okay, where it is, I don't know. Okay, I can't give any guarantee that whatever the data you have stored in Gmail, okay, whatever the data you have stored in Gmail, exactly where it is. Okay, I can't give any guarantee for that separate 15 GB, right? There for you separately. Why? Because multiple users are going to be accessing, and they are keeping the data and storing their data, right? So here exactly we don't know. Means here virtualization will be coming into the picture, so what is this virtualization? Means how virtualization will be doing? Means with the help of this virtualization only, here whatever the underutilization space are there, we are making it as a utilized one. Okay, we are making it as a utilized one. How we are making utilized one? By installing some VMwares. Okay, by installing some VMwares. With the help of this VMwares, what we are doing in this one machine, I can run Linux, I can run some other operating systems, right? I can give this space, whatever the space, unused space in my laptop, I can sell that, I can give to the service providers. Okay, you can use this space. Okay, with the help of this VMware virtualization, they will be installing and creating the virtual machines and providing that virtual machine services to the users, right? So to understand about this virtualization, please go for that video which I was uploaded in the YouTube channel. Now once you go there, you can understand how we are installing the virtualization, what the virtualization will be doing, right? And in this cloud management layer, load balancing is most important. Why? Because n number of users will be connecting to the cloud and requesting for the services, right? So according to that, they have to provide the services. So is it possible to manage with manually? No. So what they will be doing means here some 30 to 40 virtual machines. Okay, some virtual machines are working. Okay, 30 to 40 virtual machines are working, and you don't know. Okay, exactly where it is. Okay, you are a client. Okay, just you are opting the services. Okay, you are hosting your website. For that you need some more virtual machines to provide that all the services, right? So 30 to 40 virtual machines are allocated for your applications, right? Every day you will be using some 30 virtual machines, right? Tomorrow, okay, it will be increase or it may be decrease, right? In this case they have to increase and decrease. Okay, this is not a simple task for the service providers, okay? Increasing of that virtual machines and decreasing of that virtual machine according to the user needs and convenient, it is not a simple task, right? So to manage these all things here, service providers will be controlling and managing these all services by using virtualization, creating virtual machines. They have to update that, right? They have to run that all machines. Okay, internally these all things will be happening, right? So that is the cloud management layer, right? So cloud management layer, in this cloud management layer, SLA will be affecting first of all, right? SLA will be affecting in this cloud management layer, SLA will be affecting. And I can say that cloud management, it can consist of all the softwares or the hardwares, okay? And whatever the operating system is there, it will be acting as like a interface between the user and the data centers. Okay, user and the data centers laga act చేస్తుంది ఇక్కడ. Whatever the operating systems you are connecting, okay, it will be connecting users to the different data centers, it will be connecting. And what they will be doing here, they will be providing some resource management. What is this resource management? Whatever the resources you need, okay, scheduling the provisioning. Okay, if you there will be some schedulings, there are advanced scheduling or spot scheduling. Okay, or spot scheduling, or whatever, already you know that your application need these many VMwares or these many services, you will be fixing for that particular resources. Okay, we can fix, or we can do a spot registrations also, or we can advance. Okay, we can schedule advance also. So this is known as the resource management, means scheduling or provisioning of all the resources will be done in this, right? And optimization, server consolidation, like storage, workload, these all things will be done here. Means how much they have stored, where to store, and how much data is left, how many users are accessing. Okay, these all consolidations also will be done, right? Simply we can say that it is a optimization, right? So internal cloud governance will be there. Okay, what is this internal cloud governance? Means some rules and conditions, some terms and conditions will be there. According to that, we have to utilize the services, right? So terms and conditions are there, means definitely SLA will be there, right? SLA will be affecting in this layer 3. Okay, layer 1 lo raaledu, layer 2 lo kuda raaledu, right? So in layer 2 SLA layer, this layer 3 will be depending on this SLAs whenever the user is accessing and utilizing the services. This SLA will be done between whom? It is an agreement will be done between the service providers and the users, right? So that is the cloud management layer, right? And next coming to this layer 4, hardware layer, it is the last layer in this cloud architecture. What is this hardware layer? First of all, the name itself you can understand, right? What is this hardware layer? Hardware layer means all the hardwares will be there, right? Whenever the users are going to need. Okay, so it will be providing to all the public cloud users or the private means whenever they are going to be connecting, it will be providing all the hardware resources, right? So it consists of some provisionings and hardware resources, and usually who will be utilizing public cloud users or the data centers. Okay, they will be using in the backends. Okay, at the backends they will be using these all things. And similarly private cloud also, they will be also like using the data centers, which consist of huge collections of hardwares and resources. These all are going to be interconnected with each other to some specific location with some high configuration. It will be interconnected, okay. So in public cloud, simply we are connecting to the internet and utilizing, and we are not going to be maintaining anything. Everything will be maintained by the service provider. Here what we are doing, whenever we are accessing with the private cloud, here it will be connected to the data centers. Okay, it is their own, right? It is interconnected with some hardware resources wherever they have specified that particular location with some high configurations. The services will be provided, right? And in this it will be affecting the SLS, right? In this case it will be affecting the SLS. If anything happen for both the service providers and the users, there will be some penalty. That's why whatever the services they are requesting, they have to provide quickly and within fraction of seconds they have to provide. Otherwise this SLA will be affecting, and they are going to be charging some penalties for the users as well as the service provider. If service provider is unable to provide the resource in time, okay, then service provider have to pay the penalty for the users, right? Why? Because his application is down for some 1 hour 2 hours time, right? So he has promised that I will be providing all the resources in time, but he is unable to provide, means definitely there will be a penalty for this. Here in this case SLA will be affecting, right? So this is about the hardware layer, this topic is very important. I think now you have understand what is the cloud architecture layer. Everyone clear? Cloud architecture layer.